Good morning. I am meteorologist Steve Krasinowski with your weather briefing Storm Scoop extended outlook. This is for the week of November 5th, 2018. We have quite the busy week coming up in many of our locales, so just want to jump right in and we'll take a good 10 to 14 day look at what's on the possible horizon. So we'll jump right in, and as we always do, it'll be the GFS, it'll be the 6Z on November 5th. Now with the time change, we're getting these a little bit earlier in the day, so maybe we'll start looking at the 12Z, which gives us more data to work with than the 6Zs do. So again, the theme of the week, especially for our areas of interest, are going to be the continuation of the unsettled weather that we'll be pushing through most of the week. Had a pretty strong storm that we talked about last week that brought a lot of wind, rain, and flooding to the northeast. And we have a couple follow-up OOMFs, as we'll call them. Our first system coming through this afternoon, we'll see the onset of moisture for New York City around noon. And then as you head further east to 3 o'clock or so, you'll start seeing it more widespread in the northeast. So we'll just keep this in view now. So precipitation is going to break out this afternoon. It's been staying pretty south. This new run is bringing the moisture back a little bit into parts of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and then western portions of upstate New York. That wasn't doing that on previous runs, so it'll be interesting to see if this is a hiccup or if it's something that it's now just finally picking up. That sticks around, and then we get a little bit of a break tomorrow morning, on Tuesday morning, midday or so, as the rain moves out overnight and into the morning hours. And then we see a little bit of a heavier low that's shooting across. It'll bring more of an opportunity for thunderstorms associated with the heavier moderate rain that'll be coming with it. No snow this issue with this, just a nice quick soaking, and then Wednesday we dry out. It's going to get a little bit cold in a lot of those areas that have already seen that cold, right? So I'm just circling right in here. Real cold air coming down into the Dakotas and Minnesota, Wisconsin areas, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then we're now moving into later in the week. This is Thursday. You can see the southeast coast is dealing with just some lingering showers, some lingering rain that we just can't shake. And then our next system arrives into the northeast on Friday. I don't think it's going to be much of a snowmaker for anywhere up in the northeast, but Michigan, you're going to need to keep an eye on this back end of the snows. Could drop a couple inches pretty quickly. Again, nothing too crazy, but just a nice moderate light snow event bringing maybe 1 to 3 inches. And then again, northeast gets slammed with some rain. We've had almost like 20 inches of rain in most areas in the northeast since the fall has started in late September 20th or whatever it was. So it has been a very rainy season. And then I just want to show that this will be some northern areas that may change over to snow. On the back end, this is Saturday evening. So that would be northern New Hampshire, parts of Vermont, and parts of northern Maine as well. I think it's a little too early. We're going to have to start looking at some of the air that's in place. But northern Maine's really going to get thumped when you talk about the snow here, especially in the Canadian border. Just real thump of snow right there. So as we approach, we'll start getting a little more detailed in our videos, and that'll be something to look forward to. And then that moves out, and we are not done. We have another system, another low here. Depending on the model you're using, the Euro cuts it down a little more further south, brings a good swath of snow showers for Monday morning and early afternoon. GFS doesn't see that yet, but the cold is in place no matter what model you're looking at. The cold is in place. We have this trough here. It's going to be cold. This is next Tuesday, and then earlier models were showing a system that tried to hug the coast it's still going to waver back and forth. Obviously, when you're 9 days out, we're not going to really marry ourselves to any of these ideas. But again, this is just to give you an idea of what the pattern is, and the pattern is active and cold. So a lot of people are asking when those first snows in the Northeast are really going to come, and I think we're probably like 2 weeks away, and we're heading towards the end of the model run. This is the beginning 2 weeks out. This is the 19th. It's going to give you another coastal storm, but I think once we're another week ahead here, this will start making more sense. But right now, this is just, once you hit 384, it's just pretty much garbage, and this is garbage. We have this nonsense. There's a closed low here. There's a low here. That's why we don't put any stock into anything this far out. So that's it for today. We'll be back on Thursday to go over any changes in the long range and kind of look at some of the setups that we've had and see. I kind of want to look at some of the upper air patterns and some of those models to show you what we might be dealing with in some battleground areas, especially in those northern areas that might have the possibility of seeing some snow with some of these systems. So weather's getting fun. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the models. Keep an eye on your wall. Keep an eye on your emails. We'll pretty much have you covered. Once again, I am meteorologist Steve Krasinowski with your Weather Briefings Storm Scoop Update, your 2-week extended outlook. Have a great week. I'll see you on Thursday.